Hey, what's wrong with you, man? You ain't subscribed yet? IUIC Atlanta Burning 2.0. What you waiting on? Get it done. Do it now.
Hey, get them clicks, get them likes, and subscribe. Do it now.
Shalom Israel, Most High in Christ bless. Another episode of Cuts from the Street. And today, we're talking about another one of our people who was unjustly gunned down and didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
She called for help.
Right.
She called the police to a house, asking for help, and she got shot down. She got shot in the face.
Right.
We're talking about Sonya Massey. So we want to get into the minds of the people, see what they think. Do they think the shooting was justified? Do they think, matter of fact, let me correct it, was the murder justified?
Right.
We're trying to see what people think. Stay tuned. Shalom.
Hey, we back. Another episode of Atlanta Cuts from the Streets. What's going on, everybody? Hey, with me to my right, I'm going to start to my right. I have
Jamaica.
and to my left, I have
Janae.
Jada Light.
Tyler.
Ryan.
What's going on, sisters? Y'all all right?
Yes. We're
Good. Enjoying the weather, huh?
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
So where we at? We at Atlanta, where? Ponce de Leon, Ponce Market. What y'all doing out here today?
I'm just browsing, shopping.
Just shopping, huh? What you buy so far?
Nothing.
Oh, Lord have mercy. What about you, Tiff?
No, we still looking. We just started looking for real, for real.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So, hot topic in the streets today. I'm pretty sure y'all know, once I talked to you earlier, about our sister, Sonya Massey, right? The sister that got killed in her own house by the cops who she called in her house because she heard some noise going on in her house. They came to her house and killed the sister.
Grayson was working for the Sangamon County Sheriff's Department when 36-year-old Sonya Massey called 911 to report a possible prowler outside her home in Springfield. The encounter escalated into tragedy when Massey went into the kitchen to turn off a pot of boiling water.
You better not. I swear to God, I'll shoot you right in the face. Drop the pot! Okay, I'm sorry. Drop the pot! Drop the...
Grayson has been indicted on first-degree murder. He has pleaded not guilty.
What y'all feel about that?
Well, my whole point of view on it was, like, I feel like cops have so many other weapons. Like, they have batons, they have, tasers, pepper spray, and I feel like a gun was never the first choice, especially she was so far away from him. I just think that they are so quick to use a gun when that's not the first thing that's not the first thing they're taught. Like, they have other forms to defend themselves.
Did she do something wrong, or the things that's happening to our people?
She didn't do anything wrong. All she did was exist. She called for help. And I'm not surprised because I think we all know about the state of police brutality in this country and how unfortunate and rampant that it's been and continues to be.
As you've seen the injustice, what are your thoughts on the video, right? Because you saw, right, that the water was not thrown, right? She was not being aggressive or hostile in any way.
They were about, 10, 12 feet away from her?
If that.
I mean, they were far away from her. know, I didn't see her being a threat. I didn't even see her lunge at anybody. She didn't even have a weapon.
Exactly. What do you think?
It's murder.
Murder?
Murder.
Do you think that it was justified what he did? Do you think he was in the right?
Absolutely not. That's obvious. I mean, that's a no-brainer right there.
Yeah, no, he was. They were all of them who were there were in the wrong, and I mean, I just see it as cold-blooded murder.
Yeah,
they all should.
It's murder. I mean,
and they should all be.
It's
accountable.
obvious.
I've heard about what happened, but me personally, I don't watch TV, so I don't know the full details. But from what it sounds like, something like a Breonna Taylor type ordeal, you know, and I can't name all of them, but the list goes on.
What about you, sis?
I feel like it was definitely not self-defense on the officer's side. I feel like it was a bit intentional, and it could have been avoided.
Is it a race thing, or what do you think? Is it discrimination or some race, or what's going on? Because you said you think it was intentional.
Yeah, I feel like it was definitely race.
Say race? Hate towards, you think the police hate black people?
It could be, possibly. I can't say for sure, but that's what I think it is.
Okay, so now the question is, was it racially motivated, Mr. Tyler?
I believe it was racially motivated.
So now, what about all other murders that happened to our people, like Ahmaud Arbery or Rasheem Carter? Do you know about these people?
I do. I think it's not a coincidence that those events did occur, and you know, it's not a coincidence that those incidents happen. You know, they all are related.
Hell yeah, it was black and white.
So it was racially motivated?
I feel like in a lot of ways it was, because, I mean, hell, let's be real, you know, since she didn't curse, but I mean, it's a white guy, black woman, that's, you know what I'm saying, two different opposites.
So you said let's be real, right? Why? So what made you say that? Right? What makes you say let's be real, it was racially motivated?
That's just a common thing. Come on now, you know, when there's anything of different races, you got to go to, even the voting right now. It's like, you know, different people are going to think different things because it's black, white now. But, you know, just...
So you think there's some racial tension in today's society between black and white people?
I don't say it's racial tension, but it's going to always kind of be there. You can't lie. I mean, we even can be racist ourselves. To our own people. And that's, you know...
Do you think that this incident was racially motivated? Or it's just, it was an accident?
Well, when I start seeing white women getting shot by white police officers while holding a pot of water, then I won't think it's racially motivated. When I start seeing 14-year-old, 8-year-old, 7, 6-year-old, unarmed, armed, walking, running in their house, not in their house, on the street, getting shot. When I start seeing that happening with these same cops, you know, then I won't think it's racially motivated. But right now, I'm convinced, and no one could ever convince me otherwise, that it's racially motivated. I mean, it's clear.
What about you, Say? You think police hate black people?
I think if Sonya Massey was an old white lady in her house, she would not have gotten shot that day. So I don't know if it's a race thing, but I definitely think that there's a stigmatism against when black people call the police, we're instantly, you know, thought of as the criminal in the situation, where sometimes we're really the victim.
So now my proposition to you was, because a lot of times we believe, oh yeah, because they hate our black skin. I hate his black gums and his black nose. Well, a lot of people have black skin. Indians have black skin. It's a lot of other races that have black skin just like us, but they're not getting killed at the rate that we are. So is it really just about our black skin, Mr. Tyler?
It's deeper than that.
It's deeper than that. What you mean?
It's a power. I think it's a power thing, like a defense. It's kind of hard for me to explain it now, but I'm saying I think it's deeper than the skin color, for sure.
So do you think that only happens to our people, or do you think that all nations have a problem with the situations that we go through?
I think it disproportionately happens to our people. I think it's a combination of bias
Okay.
or implicit bias.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a symptom of police officers who are not living in the communities in which they police.
Mm-hmm.
I think there are a myriad of issues that create what we see today, but
Okay.
I would say those are the main two.
So you said you think it's always going to be there, that racial tension between black and white people, right? Where do you think that comes from, or why do you think it'll always be there? Like
It's
what?
ingrained in the child when they're young. Most kids will just learn to just not. Let's be real. You can just see how the kids even in the playground, just even down to just. You know about the baby doll story and how they couldn't even choose which one because you say one is prettier than the other one. It's just like that.
So you're saying that from their youth, they're brought up to be that way towards black people.
But it's just.
Say it again.
Yes, but.
Why do you think the cop actually went through with what he did? Because he said, "I'm going to shoot you in the face," and lo and behold, he did exactly that. Why do you think he did that?
You know, that's the question. Why do they do that? I don't know. I wish we had the answer to that. But it's just, I mean, you're not seen as human beings, so it's just like, it's not even. He already said that. He already had it in his mindset when he got there. Like, I'm going to shoot somebody. I'm going to shoot you in the face. He did it. Like, I don't know. Like, what do you say about some stuff like that? I don't know. I wish I knew the answer to that, honestly. But they have no empathy, no sympathy, no regard for Black lives, period. So,
Think it ever gonna stop?
I don't want to be negative, but I feel like there would always be some form of racism and discrimination.
Got you.
No matter how much change we put in place.
It's up to that person just to change that. Some people are saying it's not worth it because you can't help who you love. You may be loved opposite sex, hell. You know, I'm the opposite race. That's you. Do your thing. You know, if you have children that way, again, that's a beautiful thing. Do your thing. But just don't put that hate in there because it's to be love. That's where you came from. Everybody came from love. You made that child of love. If it was out of love, where's the hate coming in anyway?
So what do you think that we as a community, right, can do to prevent more things like this happening, right? Because you have things like Sonya Massey, right, George Floyd, Kendrick Johnson, Philando Castile, Sandra Bland, Eric Garner, Emmett Till, Trayvon Martin. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. So how can we prevent things like this from happening in the future? How can we prevent another Sonya Massey?
Hell, my dad went through it. He was killed by 6 white men. So, I mean, I can get deep with that point that, you know what I'm saying?
Can you shed a little bit of a light on that situation?
I mean, we moved to Alabama from Detroit and hell, you know. I guess white people didn't really feel that comfortable with black men doing well, and he was doing quite well. So, in the end, he lost his life to 6 white men. Well, he saved ours, but still unsolved murder.
How did it happen?
We were robbed, you know.
They invaded the home.
They invaded our home and took his life in the end. So, you know, as I said, racism going to continue on.
Let's see if police brutality or racism is in the Holy Bible. Let's see if the Lord had, because this is the book of life, which you say it is. So everything that we go through as a race and we go through as a people, it should be pinpointed in the Bible. You believe that?
Yes.
All right. So let's get it real quick.
Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 5.
Yes, sir.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
So when you read up in this chapter, it says it's talking about people that came out of Mount Seir. When you read the Bible, I ain't gonna go deep history, but the people that come out of Mount Seir would be today are considered Caucasians, so-called white people. They're called the Edomites in the Bible. You won't find black people, just like you won't find African American in the Bible. We are the Israelites, and God have a biblical name for so-called white people too, and they're called Edomites or Esau, right? And he said, what again about them?
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of the children of Israel.
So the so-called white people in this society, in this world, they have a perpetual hatred against the children of Israel, which is who we are, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American people. Do y'all know what perpetual means?
Consistent, right?
I like that word, consistent or continuing, right? It's never going to end. So going back to what you were saying, you don't want to be, what she said, you don't want to be negative, but you feel like it's not going to end. you're actually your spirit bearing witness with the Bible, because the God says that have a perpetual hatred against you and our people is never gonna end, right? Hey, so that's it. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Hey, y'all got any last words?
No, thank you for that scripture. I'll
pray.
definitely go back and read that chapter.
Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
So this is talking about the nation of Edom or Esau. Said that they had a perpetual hatred. Perpetual means forever, ongoing, until the end of the time, right? So a perpetual hatred, what did it say after that?
By the force of this
perpetual hatred.
A perpetual hatred, and has shed the blood of the children of Israel.
And they do that to this very day. They did it back in biblical times, and they do it today. Like I said, Philando Castile, Sandra Massey, Kendrick Johnson, Tamir Rice. The list is endless, right? So they shed our blood by the sword.
By the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end.
So we can stop right there. So the point was to show you that in the Bible, it talks about how those people, so-called white people, will have a perpetual hatred for us today, to up to 2024. Did you know that was in the Bible?
I mean, I know it's. If you read Revelations, from Genesis to Revelations, you're gonna see pretty much how there's hate no matter where you go. I mean, some say that Jesus is black. I mean, with lamb's wool of hair, you'll know that he's black. But people can argue that in many ways.
Shalom, Israel, Most High in Christ bless. We just wrapped up another episode of Cuts from the Street, and I think the general consensus has been established that murder was unjust. All right, she did nothing wrong. She didn't do anything to provoke him. In that moment, she was actually cowering in fear on the floor in the fetal position. She still got shot in the face, and it was definitely racially motivated. Because I mean, what did she do? What reason did he have to do what he did? What you got?
Hey, like another one. Case number 1,03,431,093,000,093. Hey, y'all know who it is, man. Hey, another one shot down cold blood in their own house. One of ours. There you go.
What you got, Sonya?
One of our people are going to understand that these people do not love them. There's no trying to talk them into being equal. There's no none of that. We're going to stay being on the bottom. This is going to keep happening until we come back to God.
Hey, like Ezekiel 35 says, there's a perpetual hatred. There's a long list of our people that this has happened to, and it's never going to end until we repent and come back to God's laws. So make sure y'all stay tuned for the next one. Most High in Christ bless.